all external factors after conception. All external factors. Conception पर जो external factors होती है, heredity, environment, debate, nature versus nurture, प्रकृति पालन करिए nurture, environment, chromosome 46, infancy period होती है 3 वर्ष, early childhood 2 later childhood 6 और 12, late childhood, adolescence 12-19, Piaget stage total 4, Piaget, sensory motor pre-concrete Piaget, sensory motor Piaget, pre-operational, concrete operational, दृश्यात 7-11 Piaget, concrete operational, formal operational. Object permanence developing, sensory motor, ego से अहंवादास्यो, pre-operational conservation संरक्षण करिए, concrete operational 7-11, after thinking आस्यो, formal operational, pre-operational and concrete operational. vygotsky theory name social constructivism. vygotsky social constructivism. The beautiful from zone of proximal development. Zone of proximal estimate. vygotsky theory में social constructivism, सामाजिक गठन, JPD, general of proximal development, gap between actual and potential development, प्रकृत potential development with help. vygotsky and Piaget, social constructivism, vygotsky. The potential development with help. More knowledgeable other. Scaffolding in vygotsky means knowledgeable other. Scaffolding in vygotsky means scaffolding. Temporary support by teacher but peer. Temporary support by teacher by peer. Holberg theory. Moral development. Scaffolding by constructivism. Scaffolding in vygotsky means temporary support by teacher or peer. Temporary support scaffolding and teacher संघ teacher पर temporary support. General proximal development. General proximal proxima of the center. Supernatural. proxima proxima development center. Scaffolding development support Kohlberg theory. Kohlberg moral Aristotle 3 levels 6 stages. Pre-conventional morality stages. Pre-conventional up to 9 years. Conventional 9 to 15. And conventional morality stages. Pre-conventional morality stage up to 9 years. Post-conventional 15 years, 15 plus. Plus post-conventional. Conventional और 15 post-conventional 15 plus erikson stages at erikson. Psychosocial. Kohlberg moral. Autonomy versus same. 15 post-conventional 15 plus pre-conventional 9 years. Erikson 1 to 3 years. Autonomy versus same but out. 3 to 6 initiative versus guilt. 4 industry versus inferiority. Versus inferiority. Erikson 12 to 18 years stage. Barometer identity versus role confusion.
Enyo.
Identity versus role confusion. Identity versus role confusion. Industry versus inferiority. Erikson 6 industry inferiority, 3 initiative guilt. Barometer identity versus role confusion. Period stages total 5 psychosexual stages. Erikson 12 stages. Erikson psychosocial. 6 industry inferiority, 3 initiative versus guilt. Identity barometer identity driving. 5 with 5 period. Psychosexual. Oral stages 01 oral stages. Period anal stages 1 to 3. Anal. Phallic stages 3 to 6. Latent stage or bar. Genital stages bar plus. Language development theory Chomsky. LAD full from acquisition device. First word child speaks age 10 to 12 month. Language acquisition device. First word child speaks कहे उसे 12 माह से फर्स्ट वर्ड से स्पीक्स टेलीग्राफिक स्पीच एज 18-24 टेलीग्राफिक स्पीच टेलीग्राफिक Social development theory by Bandura. Social development theory Bandura. Bandura experiment, Bobodol experiment. Bobodol experiment. Bandura age 24. Other grammar. Social development Bandura Bobodol experiment. Learning and motivation. Yeah. Learning dependence relatively permanent change in behavior due to experience. Behavior permanent change due to learning job experience. Thunderike total love readiness exercise effect. Thunderike love readiness. Love readiness. Exercise effect. Thunderike loss total. Loss of readiness exercise effect. Thunderike loss. Readiness exercise effect. Thunderike loss. Loss of effect by Thunderike. Total. Trial and error of theory by Thunderike. Thunderike. Trial and error theory by Thunderike. Thunderike of effect. Love readiness exercise. Classical conditioning by Pavlov. That's 3. Pavlov experiment dog bell food. Like Bobodal. Salon Bandura. Thunderike laws of readiness exercise. Trial and error theory by Thunderike. Pavlov experiment on dog bell food. UCS full form. Unconditioned stimulus. Unconditioned stimulus. Here full form conditioned response. Unconditioned stimulus. Conditioned response. Conditioned response. Operant conditioning by Skinner. Operant conditioning. Skinner. Pavlov experiment on dog bell. Operant condition Skinner. Under classical conditioning. operant condition Skinner experiment, red vision Skinner box. Musapara. Skinner experiment on red vision. Positive reinforcement means adding pleasant stimulus to increase behavior. Positive reinforcement means adding pleasant stimulus to increase behavior. Pleasant stimulus to increase behavior. Adding pleasant stimulus to increase behavior. Adding pleasant stimulus. Positive reinforcement means negative reinforcement means positive reinforcement means adding pleasant stimulus to increase behavior. To increase behavior. Positive reinforcement. Negative reinforcement means removing unpleasant stimulus to increase behavior. Removing pleasant stimulus. Decrease behavior. Punishment means decrease behavior. Cell learning. Incel learning means kohler. Incel learning. Kohler. Chimpanzee sultan. Incel learning. Gestalt theory means whole is greater than sum of parts. Imitation होची बांदुरा. Learning stage होची attention, retention, reproduction, motivation. Observational learning stage. Attention, retention, स्मरण. Reproduction, motivation. Bandura, imitation. Gestalt theory. Whole is greater than kohler. Chimpanzee inside kohler. Constructivism father. Piaget or vygotsky. Constructivism principle. Child construct own knowledge. Brunner theory. Brunner theory. Discourse learning. Learning discover करें. Brunner model. Enactive, iconic, symbolic. Enactive, iconic, symbolic. Discovery. Inactive, iconic, symbolic.